So the Bike Cruzer is a product for tourists. Tourists that come to cities, to areas where they want to explore the area simply by biking around. When they're cruising the area, they create tracks. They are cruising around and we want to know where they have moved, where they stopped, and that's interesting for other tourists to know where that is, because when there's activity of one kind, say cycling, then that's attractive for other tourists that are also on bike. We have just developed the skeleton of such an application here, and we simply offer that. If there's a company that wants to take that idea and develop an application or a complete system that can do that, that's fine. If there are competing companies that want to do that, that's even more fine, because then things get going. And our starting point here is to create some ideas, to create some innovation that links companies and agencies and universities and what have we in ways that they have not previously been linked.
This app is user-driven, and what this means is that we draw on the different sensors, so for example GPS and accelerometer, to detect movement. And what this means is that we can actually quite precisely estimate the user's location and his speed, but we can actually also detect if he's on a bike or if he has stood off the bike and is actually walking around the area exploring stuff. So what we do with this data is that we track them and send them to our backend, where we process them and send them back to the user's phone as usable information. The data is 100% anonymous, and we don't track you, we only track your data.
The core idea is that all the data here is generated by users' behavior. The municipality, the city administration or the agencies in the city obviously have an interest in making a city attractive to tourists. And making a city attractive to tourists, in that process it's good to know what the tourists are doing. City administrations already have some data about where is it safe to cycle, cycle tracks, other types of information that they already have. So linking those two kinds of data into some analysis will be attractive to city administrations. In this idea, you cannot have advertisement in the system itself. It's only the behavior of the tourists that populates the analysis.
The process data is displayed in the user interface. The user interface is actually quite simple. It contains 3 maps and it also shows where you are right now on that map. So the first map shows the volume of people that are traveling on a particular road. This will be showed as a colored path on the map. The color ranges from yellow to red. The more red the color is, means that more people are traveling on this particular road. The second map shows the speed of people that has driven on a particular road. This map is similar to the volume map, except it shows how fast other cyclists has driven on a particular road. The third map is actually quite different from the 2 previous, because this map shows where people have stood off the bikes and are walking around. This could, for example, be to watch attractions or to go to a restaurant or simply just shop. There are of course different scenarios for the use of this app. For example, you could mount it on your bicycle. When you drive around in the city, the screen is turned off, and when you stop, for example, to see if the road you're driving on is particularly popular, the screen will turn on. Another interesting scenario is, for example, that you can plan your trips from the app. And what's interesting about this is that you can actually do it while not biking. So you can do it, for example, a day in advance. And one could come up with a whole bunch of other ideas for usage. However, the most important thing to remember is that this app is by users, for users.